What's up, y'all? It's Ty. In this video today, we're going to be going over each and every one of our best cornerbacks right now in college football 25 Ultimate Team. Now, I want to start off with this. I only rank cards that are 93 overalls or higher. Now, I want to start with why, and then we'll go from there. Number one, 93 overalls are like 50,000 coins. So yes, right now they are pretty expensive. But any of these 92 overalls are just fine to run. Same thing with the 91 overalls. One thing I will say is, as I do go through these guys, find out, do you like man coverage or zone coverage more? What do you run more? I run a little mix of everything. But outside of that, find guys that are fast, find guys that are tall. All of those things do add up. All of those things are pretty important. So, Jacob Parrish, yeah, he's got good stats, but he's only 5'10". So maybe you want to find somebody slightly taller. Maybe you want to find an O'Donnell Fortune who is 6'1". So those are just some things to obviously consider for you guys. Because again, I'm not going to go through all of these 92 overalls for you. Let's start it off here. Anton, Cason up next. Now, I do need to add an F tier just in case we do get to there. Cason still plays for me, so I can't sit up here and rank him that low. However, when you're ranking the best corners on this game, it's tough for Cason to be that high. I want to hype up this card a little bit, though, because it's my tier list. He's 6'1", that's solid. He's got 93 speed, 94 acceleration, great in man coverage. The bad part about Cason, well, he's only got the 85 change of direction, which does stink a little bit. His pursuit's not great either. So again, if you play somebody that runs the ball a lot, he might struggle a little bit. I do like this card because of his speed, because of his acceleration, because of the fact that he is 6'1" and has great man coverage, but there are some flaws with the card. Alpha Con S tier. Maybe one of your top 2 or 3 corners in this entire game. Where do you want to start? Great speed, great acceleration, great change of direction, good man, good zone. He is 6'1" as well. There's literally no flaws with Alpha Con whatsoever. This card is absolutely one of your best corners right now on this entire game, and nothing is going to change that for me. This card is an absolute stud, an absolute beast. He's got good size. He plays man. He plays zone. He is absolutely S tier to me. Ashton Stamps isn't super expensive, but I think this card's really good, guys, in Ashton Stamps. I said it when the card came out. I still do believe it. 93 speed, 94 acceleration, good change of direction, good man, good zone, 6 feet tall, good in press coverage as well, if you do like to, run a lot of press coverage. And he is only 85,000 coins. So, is he the best corner in the game? Probably not. But this card is really, really solid. Problem with him is his price, is representative of that. 85,000 coins for the card is probably about where Ashton Stamps should be. Benjamin Morrison, I'm going to throw him right in there with Cason. Both of these cards are my cornerback 2 and cornerback 3s. Cason obviously change of directions a little bit low for Benjamin Morrison. He's got 93 speed, 88 change of direction, only 6 feet tall, 92 zone coverage. It's one of those things. I probably should upgrade my cornerback 3 sooner rather than later. It's just tough because I still think these cards are okay. I still think these cards can get the job done. Benjamin Morrison is fine, but he is C tier. And I might have to move some of these cards down, and I'm going to. I'm going to move some of these cards down. Why? Because I've got a lot of cards to rank. Cooper DeJean up next. I think A tier is the right spot for Cooper DeJean. He is still really good, really solid on this game. He's just no longer that cornerback 1 like he once was. Cooper DeJean once was the best corner in the game, and nobody could really argue it. At this stage, he's no longer that. The card is good. 94 speed, 93 acceleration, 95 change of direction, which is absolutely absurd. 94 man, 91 zone. Just not a lot of flaws in Cooper DeJean. This card is really solid for you guys on the field and can play and compete at that very highest level. So if you need a cornerback, Cooper DeJean is a solid option for you guys. The problem is he is pretty expensive. You guys see on PlayStation, 399,000 coins. On Xbox 361, yeah, he's pretty expensive, but I really do like Cooper DeJean on this game, who can play and compete at the very highest level. Next up, we do see Christian Gray. I don't like Christian Gray at all. And I've actually got a B&D version of Christian Gray. I'm just personally not the biggest fan of him. Where do you want to start? Well, I don't know. It's up to you guys. What I see on the card is he's just the worst Benjamin Morrison. Looks exactly like Benjamin Morrison, outside of the fact that Christian Gray has an 80 change of direction. I don't know about you, But for me, that is not ever going to get the job done, ever. That 80 change of direction is horrible. So I'm throwing him at F tier and not thinking twice about it for Christian Gray. Charles Woodson up next. And this is a tough one. Is Charles Woodson as good as Alpha Khan? Well, let's break it down. He's not as fast. His man zone coverage, he's better in man coverage. Change of direction's good. He's 6'1". He's got to be S tier. But I don't know if he's better than Alpha Khan. And that's the very tough thing about this is right now, I'd actually rank Alpha Khan above Charles Woodson. And that's going to shock and surprise a lot of people. But right now, I genuinely would. I think Alpha Khan is side by side a better option than Charles Woodson. So that's my personal opinion. You guys can let me know yours. But I think Alpha Khan is that good on this game. Derek Canten up next. I don't know, man. I haven't really used this card. So it's tough for me to really know. It's just like I feel, and this is just maybe what I feel like. But I feel like recently, a lot of these 94 overall cards, they just leave a little bit to be desired. You know, he's only 5'11". That stinks a little bit, but he's got good man, good zone, 91 change direction, 93 speed, 92 acceleration. I just feel like he's C tier. Is he better than Ashton Stamps? You guys can maybe argue that, but I don't know if I can definitively say, yeah, he's better than Ashton Stamps. I just genuinely don't know if I can definitively say that. Now, you guys might, but I just don't know right now. I don't know. I'm going to leave him at C tier. Dalen Everett up next. A card that when he came out, I didn't hate, but it was just another mediocre card. Solid change direction, better in zone, 6'1", 93 speed, 92 acceleration. He's C tier, I think, right? Like, he's better than Benjamin Morrison slightly. He's better than Cason. He's probably C tier. And I've got both Benjamin Morrison and Cason, but those cards are better. Darrelle Revis up next. Is Revis Island S tier? Well, let's break down the card. He's got 95 speed, 95 acceleration, 91 change direction, 96. Yeah, he's S tier for sure. He's a faster, not quite as tall. I think Charles Woodson's 6'1", not quite as tall, but he's S tier. I think he probably is better than Charles Woodson because he is faster. And if you guys know anything about me, you guys should know I love speed as much as any other stat on this game. I absolutely love the speed stat. So, I mean, it is what it is. Darrelle Revis has to be at S tier for me. Primetime Deion Sanders up next. I mean, it's tough because when Deion came out, he was the best corner in the game. But at this stage, he's no longer that. And honestly, I don't really like this card anymore. I'm going to go D tier. His change direction at an 80 is so troll. The card's not good. Ellis Robinson, the fourth up next. We need somebody at B tier. Is Ellis going to be that man? Well, let's see. 93 speed, 92 acceleration, 94 change direction, 94 man, 93 zone, 94 press, 6 feet tall. It's just tough because he does not have that 94 speed. And so, like, I don't think I can put him at B tier. I like the card. He might be my best player at C tier, but he can't go B tier. Isaiah Oliver up next. Are you B tier Isaiah Oliver? He's got 94 speed. He's got 91 change direction, 94 man, better in man than zone, good tackler as well in the open field, 6 feet tall. He's B tier. Not as good as Cooper DeJean, but really solid, deserving of that B tier. Jonathan Baldwin up next. I'm already knowing this card isn't going to have that 94 speed. I'm already knowing he does. He's got 94 speed, 92 acceleration, 6'1", 91 change direction, 91 man, 89 zone. Is it crazy to say I like Jonathan Baldwin maybe more than Isaiah Oliver? Is that a crazy thing for me to say? I think it might be because when I'm comparing the prices of the cards, first of all, neither one of these two cards are overly expensive. And so for a guy like myself, honestly, what I should do is go pick up one or the other. Go pick up Baldwin or go pick up Isaiah Oliver. Both of these cards are going to be super, I don't want to say super cheap, but relatively inexpensive today. You know, even Baldwin's, he's at 105, but that's not a crazy price right now. And honestly, that's what I should do. I need an upgrade at the cornerback position. Both these cards are really solid at B tier. Jalen Ramsey up next. I think you got to go S tier. And a lot of these rush corners are incredibly good on this game. Jalen Ramsey, 95 speed, 95 acceleration, 89 change direction, 95 man, 90 zone coverage. He's got to go at S tier. He's got to. 6'1", does everything at the highest level. Now, the one thing I will say is Revis, Ramsey, Woodson, they're all man corners. So if you play more zone than man, you might want to look elsewhere. But I'm telling you, all of those corners are absolutely elite. The only one that's not crazy expensive right now is Alpha Khan. Mansour Delane up next. An absolute beast of a card. I got screwed out of getting this card last week. I did. But he is your best corner in the game, S tier for Delane. Nate Wiggins, A tier. I love Nate Wiggins on this game. And maybe I shouldn't be gassing him as much as I do, but I like him. I shouldn't gas him as much as I do. 6'1", he's got 95 acceleration, 94 speed, 91 chain. No, he is A tier. I don't care. He's better than Baldwin. He's better than Isaiah Oliver. And honestly, for his price, I like the value of Nate Wiggins, so he's going at A tier. Genuinely, Nate Wiggins is really solid. Rich Tejada up next. He's so small on this game, guys. Like, he's just 93 speed, but he's only 5'8", man. 5'8", can't play any zone coverage. You're F tier. I'm sorry for everybody that grinded the card out. If you are that small, it's really, really, really hard for me to somewhat sugarcoat it, guys. It's hard. I don't know, F tier for the card. Sauce Gardner up next. He's good. How good? I'm going to go A tier. Sauce Gardner's a different corner in this game, though, so realize that before you pick this card up. He's different, but he's got 94 speed. He's 6'3", good acceleration, good zone, good man, 89 change direction. This is one card in Sauce Gardner that I sold that I wish I would have held on to. Like, I genuinely sold him a while ago. At this stage, I wish I had him back because he is A tier on this game. Shaun Revelle, is that Siobhan Revelle? I said Shaun, I'm trolling. I so wish I would have got this card last season because he would be my third corner on this game. He absolutely would be. He's 6'3", 94 speed, 95 acceleration, good change direction, good man, good zone. He's 6'3". He is A tier. Easy A tier. Better version of Nate Wiggins is Shaun Revelle. So good on this game. A tier, A tier, A tier. No questions asked for Shaun Revelle. An absolute stud of a card on this game. Next up, Travis Hunter. And honestly, at this stage, I mean, maybe I should have just used my token on Travis Hunter's cornerback card because the card is pretty solid. 93 speed acceleration, good change direction, good man. Zone coverage is a little low, but he's 6'1". I still think he's C tier, though. He's not B tier. He doesn't have 94 speed. He's not quite as good as those guys, especially in zone coverage, which I do, I do need. Travis Hunter, you're C tier. And then the 95 Travis Hunter is S tier. I mean, there's no bad parts about this 95 Travis Hunter. 95 speed acceleration, 92 change direction, 96 man, 87 zone coverage. He's S tier. There's no questions asked. The bad part about S tier is all of those cards outside of Alpha Khan are crazy expensive. A tier wise, again, if you have Siobhan Revelle, use him. Nate Wiggins, best value there. Honestly, if I were you guys and didn't have Revelle, my cornerbacks would be Nate Wiggins, Baldwin, and Isaiah Oliver. Those are your best value guys on this list right now. And then obviously when you get down to C tier, D tier, you can get some guys for quite a bit cheaper. But that's going to wrap it up for our video today. Drop a like on it. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.